Bears have lost 5 straight games with head coach Matt Nagy. He's denied a report that he would be fired after today's game against the Lions. So, Adam, I bring you back in. What are you hearing out of Chicago?
Well, here's a few things that are going on there. First of all, there's a reporter that heard something that led him to believe that Matt Nagy was going to be fired. So there was clearly something that was said by somebody that had some truth to it. Now, the Bears have denied everything, and Matt Nagy said that the report is not accurate. But let's break it down to its basics. Everybody here on the set knows that Matt Nagy's job is on the line here, that his future there in Chicago is tenuous at best. So whether he is let go after today or at the end of the season, the questions remain. If the Bears don't play well, he's going to be let go. I don't think that surprises anybody right now. Now it becomes a question of timing. And the Bears, in over 100 years of existence, never have let a head coach go in the middle of the season. It's never happened. So if they were to fire him tomorrow, which we're not expecting, then that would be an all-time first for a franchise that's never fired a coach in season. Again, back to the basics. Is Matt Nagy's job on the line? Absolutely. Is he in trouble? Yes, we all can agree on that. The question is, can they do something from this point on to try to save his job before the end of the season? And that's what we'll begin to see today in Detroit when the Bears play the Lions.
Yeah. See, I find that fascinating that you mentioned the history, that they've never done this before. Jeff Saturday, I come to you because here's the thing. They're playing the winless Lions today. If they lose today, I wonder what happens with Matt Nagy. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think they keep him. And to Schefter's point, there's no real reason to let go of that unless you have the potential head coach on your staff and you're going to give him an interim run at it to see, if he can develop the guys and rally the guys, which is not going to be the case in Chicago. I think if they decide to make a change, it will be a big change, probably a wholesale change, and that's going to include the general manager. So as you're looking at this football team as a whole, this is kind of one of those situations where Nagy has every opportunity from this point on to show what he can do. Whether it's with Andy Dalton, whether it's with Justin Fields, he has to show that he can get this group together. Because here's the worst part, Ryan. When you're in a locker room with a lame duck coach, it's not just painful for the coach. You have 10 or 11 other coaches calling around looking for jobs. All the players understand when coaches get fired, players get fired. And so, it creates this unsettled nature in the locker room. It is a very difficult thing to try to put back in the bottle once it's out. This is a tough situation for Nagy and the Bears, but I don't think firing him helps anything because ultimately that could happen at the end of the season anyway, and what's the difference?
Yeah, and Bart, I see that smirk on your face. I sense disagreement.
No, because we know this is diesel fuel season, right? And it's diesel fuel for everybody. We saw Jason Garrett get some of that diesel fuel, back the bus up. I confess he did it time of the year. So we understand for Ryan Pace, it's diesel fuel time. So he needs to show some spark and show that, hey, listen, I got all the right pieces. He just don't know how to cook the meal. So I confess he did it as well.
Yeah, but I think their success, Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy's, is tied to Justin Fields.
That don't mean he won't try. Oh,
right?
Yeah,
Owners want to see their plan work out. And with Justin Fields being injured right now, not on the field, that decreases their chances even more. At least if Fields was on the field, and let's say he goes out there and finishes up the season on a high note, plays well, shows improvement, and you can see that there's something that's being built under Nagy, maybe there could be a little hope that he could keep his job.
Yeah,
but at this point now, with Andy Dalton under center, and then they lose to the Detroit Lions.
Hey, that hurts. I'm from Detroit.
Maybe they get their first win today. And,
But you're saying even if the losses continue but Fields develops, that he could keep his job in your mind?
You have to figure he can at least make an argument, but he's not even going to be on the field because he is dealing. I mean, maybe he can come back from this rib injury in, let's say, a week or two. But just looking at the picture for today on Thanksgiving with the Bears playing, with Andy Dalton out there, owners aren't sitting there going, this is our future. We know Andy Dalton isn't the future. Justin Fields is, and he's on the bench.
Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, listen, the best thing that could happen for the Chicago Bears is that Justin Fields gets back on, plays well, and they lose because it will help them. They don't have a first-round pick, but their second-round pick can now move up. All your picks that go on through the draft will benefit you now. You have a better option for better players. So the best thing that can happen is Fields play well and you lose out. Like, who cares at that point? You want the picks and you want them as high as you can get. So it's all about Fields. To Diana's point, I fully agree, but I think losing does not affect it. It's can Fields get that thing turned around?
Schefter, what's your final thought?
Matt Nagy would like to have a word with Jeff about losing out. He doesn't know that he necessarily agrees with Jeff about that. But Thanksgiving is always the start of hunting season in the NFL. That's always when we begin to watch head coaches and their future job security. But the fact of the matter is, Matt Nagy does not want to lose out, Jeff. He doesn't care about where the Chicago Bears draft in April.
No.
He's just trying to make sure he's there to make those picks.
Yep, and it all starts with beating the Lions today, because if they don't, this might be a very different conversation.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.